Auston Matthews and Connor McDavid are two of the top players in the league, and I want to see what they can do on the same team together, so I'm going to simulate 5 years to see how many cups they can win as a duo. And a quick disclaimer, I want to just say I haven't changed any of the rosters after free agency, so Jack Campbell is currently on this team, and I also want to mention I sent Leon Draisaitl to Toronto, because I feel like these three guys on the same team would just be too unfair. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate through the first 10 games and see how we're looking. Through the first 10, this team's looking elite with an 8-2 record, and over the next 15, they continue to dominate, going 9-6, and they're sitting at a 17-8-0 record. Through 50 games, this team's unreal, 37-10-13, first in the Pacific and first in the entire league. Auston Matthews is leading the way with 28 goals and 43 assists for 71 points, while McDavid's not too far behind with 70 points, consisting of 26 goals and 44 helpers. And Tyson Barrie, he's going to round out the top three, 5 goals and 39 assists for 44 points. Yeah, there's a bit of a fall off after the first two guys. Barrie, of course, is leading the defense, and Mike Smith, he's picked up 35 wins with a 918 save percentage and a 239 goals against. So now that we know this team is a dominant beast, we'll simulate to the end of the season and see what they can do in the playoffs. When the season came to an end, we're finishing with a 53-23-6 record, first in the Pacific and second in the entire league. McDavid led the way with 39 goals and 67 helpers for 106 points, while Auston Matthews picked up 43 goals and 58 assists for 101 points. Tyson Barrie is going to round out our top three with 63 points, consisting of 9 goals and 54 assists, and that also means he's leading the defense for us. And Mike Smith, 50 wins with a 918 save percentage and a 242 goals against. Leading the entire league in points is actually going to be Nikita Kucherov, 62 goals and 45 assists for 107 points. He dominated this season. Connor McDavid, of course, isn't too far behind, but we already know his numbers. And Brayden Point, he's going to finish with 23 goals and 81 assists for 104 points to round out the top three. Brett Burns is leading all defensemen with 8 goals and 51 assists for 69 points, while Mike Smith, he leads all goaltenders in wins, but we already know his numbers. In the first round, we're taking on the Vancouver Canucks. Edmonton starts the series off right with a 3-1 win in Game 1. 5 unanswered in Game 2 is more than enough, and the Oilers are taking a 2-0 series lead. A 3-goal third period is saving the Oilers as they take a commanding 3-0 series lead, but Vancouver's not done yet as they're stealing Game 4 4-2 and Game 5 4-2 as well. Mike Smith's going to be the hero in Game 6. A 27 save shutout is going to help us advance to the second round. In the second round, we're going to take on the Calgary Flames. Once again, the Oilers come out the gate hot with a 5-3 win in Game 1. Game 2 was all Oilers as they dominate with a monster 6-goal game. Calgary is able to avoid falling to a 3-0 deficit with a 5-3 win in Game 3, and then the Flames dominate Game 4 with a 7-3 victory to even the series. Matthews tried to bring the Oilers back with a late third period goal, but it wasn't enough as Edmonton's going to be pushed to the brink of elimination. But luckily in Game 6, Edmonton's going to win a close one 3-1, and we're off to Game 7. In Game 7, when it mattered most, Johnny Hockey's going to take over for the Calgary Flames as he's putting 4 goals to send the Oilers home. And not gonna lie, that's actually pretty ironic. Johnny Hockey saving the Flames. When the playoffs came to an end, the Avs are sweeping the New York Rangers to win the Stanley Cup. Now the question is, who led us in postseason scoring? Auston Matthews or Connor McDavid? Well, actually, it was Zach Hyman. 4 goals and 9 assists for 13 points. Bet you didn't expect that one. Nathan MacKinnon's leading all postseason scorers, 12 goals and 14 assists for 26 points, and Darcy Kemper, 16 wins with a 924 save percentage and a 241 goals against. So it's pretty clear last season was a disappointment. Anything less than a cup with these two on the team is unacceptable. So let's bounce back and make another run for the cup. But before we get into this season, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. I'm trying to hit 16k subs by the end of the month, so if you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe so you can be notified of when I upload. It was a great start to the season as in our first 10 we're going 7-2-1, but over the next 15 we struggled 7-7-1, and we're currently sitting at a 14-9-2 record. At the 50 game mark though, everything's looking great. 32-14-4, first in the Pacific and first in the entire league. McDavid's leading the way, 31 goals and 47 assists for 78 points, while Auston Matthews is picking up 37 goals and 33 helpers for 70 points. And Tyson Barrie, once again, he's rounding out the top 3 while leading the defense, 4 goals and 50 assists for 54 points. Mike Smith is once again doing his thing, 30 wins with a 901 save percentage and a 285 goals against. Once this guy retires, we're going to be in a bit of trouble, but we're not going to worry about that now. We got to worry about winning a Stanley Cup. So I'll simulate to the end of the season and see how we finish. When the season came to an end, we're finishing with a 54-23-5 record, first in the Pacific and first in the entire league. Auston Matthews dominated, 60 goals and 53 assists for 113 points, while McDavid's picking up 41 goals and 66 helpers for 107 points. And Tyson Barrie once again finishing in third while leading the defense, 7 goals and 68 assists for 75 points. While Mike Smith has another dominant year, 50 wins with a 911 save percentage and a 260 goals against. Now I don't think you guys are ready for this. Auston Matthews led the league in scoring. We already know that. McDavid, he's second. We already knew that as well. Ovi's going to come in third, 58 goals and 35 assists for 93 points. Tyson Barrie, he's leading all defensemen, and then Mike Smith's going to lead all goaltenders in wins. So we had the top two leading scorers, the top scoring defenseman, and the goaltender with the most wins. We better win a Stanley Cup. In the first round, we're taking on the Seattle Kraken. Edmonton controls game 1 on the way to a 6-3 game 1 win. Seattle's able to answer in game 2 with a 6-3 win of their own. A Yamamoto OT winner in game 2 is going to give the Oilers a 2-1 series lead, but Tyler Seguin's potting a hat trick in game 4. But that's not enough. Edmonton's going to put themselves one game away from the second round with a game 4 win. However, Seattle's not ready to fold in game 5 with the help of a 40 save shutout from Grubauer, and in game 6, 2 second goals are enough this time, and we're headed to game 7. But in game 7, the Oilers aren't ready to screw this one up, and we're headed to the next round in a 4-1 win. In the second round, we're taking on the Vancouver Canucks. Vancouver opens the series with a 30 save shutout from Demko. A 4-0 lead in game 2 is more than enough, and Edmonton's able to even the series. 3 goals in a 6-minute span in the third period is helping Vancouver steal game 3 and take a 2-1 series lead. Another Demko shutout in game 4 is putting the heavily favored Oilers on the brink of elimination, and in game 5, 2 third period goals from Edmonton was enough to force OT, but in OT, Subban scoring the winner, and he's sending us home. When the playoffs came to an end, Tampa is winning the Stanley Cup over the Winnipeg Jets in 7 games. Connor McDavid led us in postseason scoring, 6 goals and 7 assists for 13 points, while Mark Scheifele is leading all postseason scorers, 11 goals and 23 helpers for 34 points. And Andrei Vasilevsky, he's going to hoist another cup, 16 wins with a 931 save percentage and a 214 goals against. Once again, last season was a disappointment. You don't need to go through the same old story, you guys just have to get it together and win a Stanley Cup. This team didn't perform as well as I thought they would in the first 10, going 6-3-1, and over the next 15 it got worse as we went 6-7-2, and we're currently sitting at a 12-10-3 record. Through 50 games, things are just okay. 27-19-4, we're third in the Pacific but 9th in the entire league. I mean, we're in the upper half, so I guess things could be worse. McDavid's doing his thing once again, but at a slower pace, 24 goals and 33 assists for 57 points, while Auston Matthews got 55 points consisting of 25 goals and 30 assists, while Yamamoto's got 14 goals and 22 assists for 36 points. Tyson Barrie's leading the defense once again, 5 goals and 21 helpers for 26 points, while Stuart Skinner's picking up 20 wins with a 916 save percentage and a 254 goals against. So I'm not too sure how this team's going to finish. We don't got Mike Smith to bail us out in net now, so Stuart Skinner, he's going to have to carry the way. Skinner did everything he could, but it just wasn't enough. 39, 36, and 7, 5th in the Pacific and 20th in the entire league. I mean, we made the playoffs, so I'm not going to complain about that, but 20th in the league? Yikes. McDavid did what he could, 90 points consisting of 36 goals and 55 assists, while Auston Matthews picks up 41 goals and 48 assists for 89 points. Jesse Puljujarvi's going to round out the top 3 with 19 goals and 41 helpers for 60 points, while Tyson Barrie leads our defense with 44 points consisting of 10 goals and 34 assists, and Stuart Skinner, 23 wins with a 914 save percentage and 255 goals against. So that means between the 50 game mark and the end of the season, he only won 3 games. Yeah, we're in trouble, aren't we? Leading the entire league in points is Nikita Kucherov, 54 goals and 59 assists for 113 points, while Patrick Kane's picking up 48 goals and 59 assists for 107 points to come in second. Finishing in third place is none other than Nathan MacKinnon, 44 goals and 59 assists for 103 points, while Adam Fox, he leads all defensemen, 10 goals and 70 assists for 80 points. Carey Price is going to lead all goaltenders in wins, 44 wins with a 925 save percentage and 235 goals against. In the first round, we're taking on the Vancouver Canucks. Vancouver's taking game 1 due to a third period collapse resulting in 3 goals. Edmonton's able to respond in game 2 with a close 3-1 win. A 42 save performance from Skinner's giving the Oilers a 2-1 series lead, but 2 Canuck goals in game 4 is enough, and Vancouver's going to even the series with a 2-1 win. McDavid's taking over in game 5 with 2 goals to push Vancouver to the brink of elimination, and game 6 came down to the wire, but Vancouver's going to come out on top with an OT winner, and we're heading to game 7. And in game 7, a Lavoie OT winner is going to send us to the next round. In the second round, we're going to take on the Seattle Kraken. Game 1 was all Seattle as they're scoring 9 goals. So honestly, I don't think we have a hope anymore. They just dominated us from start to finish. 3 on ads are in the third, including 2 from Yamamoto is going to allow Edmonton to even the series. But in a close game 3, a solo third period goal from Puljujarvi is giving us a 2-1 series lead. Maybe we actually do have a chance. 2 second goals are going to allow Seattle to even the series, while 2 first period goals in game 5 is going to push the Oilers to the brink of elimination. And in game 6, the Kraken are just too much to handle, and the Oilers are falling in the second round. I guess I spoke a bit too soon. When the playoffs came to an end, the Toronto Maple Leafs are winning the Stanley Cup over the Seattle Kraken in 6 games. So Leon Draisaitl got a ring before McDavid and Matthews could together. You hate to see it, you really do. McDavid led us in postseason scoring with 8 goals and 5 assists for 13 points, while Daniel Sprong, yes, you heard that right, Daniel Sprong, 14 goals and 13 assists for 27 points. So in case you were wondering what's the most points Daniel Sprong has ever scored during the regular season, in 2018-2019, he had 23 points in 63 games. Just some trivia for you, because this game makes a lot of sense. Tristan Jarry, 16 wins, a .925 save percentage, a .232 goals against. I still can't get over the fact that Daniel Sprong had 27 points. That doesn't make any sense. So one thing needs to be addressed heading into this season. I don't care that you guys lost in the second round. Do not let Daniel Sprong outscore you in the postseason. The Oilers are looking to bounce back from last season. They're going to start the season 7-3, and then over the next 15, they were okay. Just okay with an 8-4-3 record, and we're sitting at a 15-7-3 record. But over the next 25 games, this team dominated, only losing 4 in that span, so we're sitting at a 36-11-3 record, first in the Pacific and first in the entire league. McDavid's leading the way once again, 26 goals and 40 assists for 66 points, while Auston Matthews got 29 goals and 34 assists for 63 points. And Jesse Puljujärvi, he's going to round out the top 3, 11 goals and 35 assists for 46 points. Mackenzie Weegar's leading the defense, 6 goals and 34 assists for 40 points, while Stuart Skinner's got 27 wins with a .912 save percentage and a .230 goals against. So I don't care if we finish with the best record in the league. All that matters is we perform in the playoffs. That's the most important thing. When the season came to an end, we were fantastic, 56-18-8, first in the Pacific and first in the entire league, but this means nothing if we don't win a Stanley Cup. McDavid, you were great once again, 113 points, 41 goals and 72 assists, and Auston Matthews, 48 goals and 53 assists for 101 points. Puljujärvi, you're going to round out the top 3, 21 goals and 56 assists for 77 points, while Weegar leads the defense, 55 points consisting of 7 goals and 48 assists. Stuart Skinner, a much better year from you, 42 wins with a .923 save percentage and a .226 goals against. Leading the entire league in points is Connor McDavid, we already know his numbers. Nathan MacKinnon's going to come in not too far behind with 105 points consisting of 53 goals and 52 assists, while Auston Matthews is coming in third, but we already know his numbers. Victor Hedman's going to lead all defensemen in points with 79 consisting of 16 goals and 63 assists, while Thatcher Demko picks up 46 wins with a .920 save percentage and a .231 goals against. In the first round, we're taking on the Anaheim Ducks. 2 third-period goals is allowing Anaheim to take Game 1. Evander Kane is forcing OT for the Anaheim Ducks, but Nuge is going to pot the winner to even the series. Game 3 was a close one, but 2 straight from the Ducks is giving them a 2-1 series lead, but in Game 4, Comtois is potting the OT winner to even the series for us. And yes, I am as confused as you guys with Evander Kane on the Ducks and then Comtois on the Oilers. This is just very weird for me to see. A massive 3-goal third period from the Ducks is going to put the Oilers on the brink of elimination, and in Game 6, the Oilers are screwing up once again and they're falling in the first round. Okay, this team's a disappointment. You have 1 more season to get everything in order. We have to win at least 1 cup with this team. McDavid, 4 points. Great work. JT Miller, 12 goals, 17 assists, 29 points. You did your thing. Shesterkin, 16 wins, a .909 save percentage, and 288 goals against. You were fantastic. Congrats on the cup. This is our last chance to do something. We have 2 of the best players in the world on the same team. 1 Stanley Cup should be the bare minimum. We have to dial in and dominate. Alright, so we're starting the season off horribly with a 5-3-2 record. And things weren't much better as we went 8-5-2 over the next 15, and we're sitting at a 13-8-4 record. At the 50 game mark, I'm extremely concerned. 24-19-7. We're 4th in the Pacific and 14th in the entire league. The only positive, we're currently sitting in a wild card spot. Matthews, you got 61 points. Great work. McDavid, 58 points, and Puljujärvi, 39. I don't care about goals, I don't care about assists. Weegar, 22 points. Stuart Skinner, 21 wins. It doesn't matter. Win. Make the playoffs, and then win a Stanley Cup. That's all I care about at this point. Okay, stats don't matter. I don't care about anything. This team's a complete failure. We missed the playoffs. You guys are garbage. McDavid, Matthews, you're never winning a Stanley Cup. I'm sorry.